Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India, India's voice to the world. This is Sports Buzz and I'm Preeti. Coming up in the next half an hour. West Indies and Namibia hold nerve to win their opening encounter in ICC T20 World Cup. South Africa takes on Sri Lanka in Group D today. In French Open, Sinner, Alcaraz, Tsitsipas move into quarterfinals. Swiatek and Jabber also through. Fifteen-time Champions League champions now, Real Madrid are set to sign PSG forward Kylian Mbappe on a free transfer. Namibia beat Oman in the first super over of the T20 World Cup since 2012 to begin their campaign on a winning note in Barbados. The match had gone to a decisive extra over a tense duel that saw both the teams finish with 109 runs. David Wiese was the hero for Namibia in Sunday's late match, contributing 13 runs in the African super over total of 21 before restricting Oman to 10 runs with the ball in hand to seal a crucial win at Kensington Oval. Meanwhile, Oman had looked to be heading for defeat after a superb 4-wicket bowling display from Ruben Trumpelman saw them all out for 109 off 19.4 overs. ICC Men's T20 World Cup co-hosts West Indies got off to a winning start in the opening Group C match on Sunday as they beat Papua New Guinea by 5 wickets. Defending only 136 runs, Papua New Guinea dared to dream with West Indies at 97 for 5, but Roston Chase played an ice-cool 42 off 27 deliveries to cap off his stunning first innings catch and rescue West Indies' topsy-turvy run chase. Choosing to bowl, the men in maroon had restricted PNG to a mere total. Sri Lanka will rely on its exceptionally varied bowling attack to tame the unrestrained batting power of South Africa in its Group D T20 World Cup opener on Monday. They will be eager to get onto the points table at the earliest too, as some tricky teams like Netherlands, Bangladesh and Nepal are clubbed with them in the group. South Africa has spread all its cards on the table as the team selection indicated the most likely route it would take in this ICC showpiece. A batting lineup consisting of captain Aiden Markram, wicketkeeper batsman Heinrich Klaassen, Quinton de Kock, David Miller and Tristan Stubbs could be a nightmare for any bowling attack. Pakistan captain Babar Azam called on his side to stay in high spirits as it begins its T20 World Cup campaign off the back of a poor run of form. Pakistan T20 World Cup champions in 2009 had performed well in the past 2 editions of the competition, reaching the semi-finals in 2021 and losing to England in the final in 2022. However, its preparations for this year's tournament in the United States and West Indies have been far from ideal, with a sobering defeat by Ireland in an eventual 2-1 series victory, followed by a 2-0 defeat by England in a rain-affected series. Babar said, and I quote him, "How we present ourselves on the ground, our body language and how we communicate with each other will matter. We must be positive, so results will come. Conditions in the USA may pose challenging as we are going there as a national side for the first time. We are in the process of collating various cricket and match-related information from players who have played there, which can help and assist us in our preparations." Pakistan is in Group A of the World Cup and begins its campaign against hosts US on June 6th. It will then take on arch rival India in one of the event's highly anticipated matches 3 days later. Pakistan and India have faced each other 7 times at the T20 World Cup, with Pakistan winning just once. Ireland coach Heinrich Mallon says that his players must go into their T20 World Cup opener against India on 5th of June in New York, believing that they can beat the star-studded opposition. Mallon, who has just signed a contract extension which will keep him in the Ireland job until the summer of 2027, says he's excited about playing India and wants his players to have the same mentality. To back up his argument, Mallon says In fact, he can point to his Ireland team's victory over eventual tournament winners England at the last T20 World Cup in Australia 2 years ago. He says, I quote him, when you look at T20 cricket, you need maybe 1 or 2 players to have a special timeout and you can take down any team in the world down. India are obviously coming fresh off the IPL and I see they've rested a couple of guys in their warm-up stuff. T20 cricket has shown up over a fair period of time that if you play a certain way and you have the right intent and players come to the party on the day, that all teams that are going to compete at this competition are equally matched. With the Board of Control for Cricket in India still hunting for Rahul Dravid's successor, former India opener Gautam Gambhir finally broke his silence on becoming the next head coach of the men's senior team.
I would love to coach the Indian team. There is no bigger honor. There is actually no bigger honor than coaching your national team. You're representing 140 crore Indians and more across the globe as well. And when you represent India, how can it get bigger than that? But how can I help India win the World Cup? I think it's not me that will help India win the World Cup. It is 140 crore Indians that will help India win the World Cup. If everyone starts praying for us and we start playing and representing them, India will win the World Cup. The most important thing is to be fearless. And yes, when you ask me, I would love to coach India.
Second seed Yannick Sinner shook off a sluggish start and blazed into the French Open quarterfinals on Sunday with a victory over local hope Corentin Moutet. Australian Open champion Sinner was in a spot of bother in front of partisan fans on court Philippe Chatrier as the off-colour 22-year-old went 5-0 down in 23 minutes, but he managed to get on the board and avoid an embarrassing bagel. Meanwhile, Moutet, bidding to become the first Frenchman to make the Roland Garros last 8 since Richard Gasquet in 2018, mixed up his game and produced some spectacular shots. The Italian, who can rise to world number 1 for the first time by reaching the final, went on to seal the win that sent France's last remaining hope out. Carlos Alcaraz charged into the French Open quarterfinals for a third straight year after the twice Grand Slam champion thrashed 21st seed Felix Auger-Aliassime for 6-3, 6-3, 6-1 with an entertaining display at Roland Garros on Sunday. After an exchange of breaks early in the contest, third seed Alcaraz wasted several chances to punish Auger-Aliassime's serve, but the 21-year-old finally got his reward with a sliding volley of a 5-3 lead and held his nerve to win the next game. Last year's semi-finalist showcased his skills at the net again to save a break point at 1-2 in the second set and got back level after the 9-minute game before unleashing a huge backhand down the line to grab the lead in the next game. Stefanos Tsitsipas kept alive his bid to win his Grand Slam title, but the 2021 Roland Garros finalist was put to the test early on by Matteo Arnaldi, who had ousted 6th seed Andrei Rublev in the previous round, in fact. Arnaldi began strongly despite needing to save 3 break points in the opening game and made the decisive break to lead 3-1 and comfortably saw out the first set as Tsitsipas was unable to handle the Italian's energy. Tsitsipas looked in even more trouble in the second set when the Italian broke to lead 3-2, but Arnaldi then failed to take advantage when serving for the set. Tsitsipas broke and came out on top in the tie-break to level the match. The Greek took his renewed confidence into the third set and broke in the first game. Arnaldi began to struggle and Tsitsipas broke once more, and the 2 further breaks in the fourth set put an end to the Italian's challenge. Grigor Dimitrov makes it to his first maiden Roland Garros quarterfinal by defeating Hubert Hurkacz on Sunday. Grigor Dimitrov has now reached the last 8 at each of the 4 Grand Slam tournaments. The Bulgarian won a 7-6, 6-4, 7-6 success opposed to Hubert. Dimitrov won in 2 hours and 51 minutes despite a severe fall which required treatment for his hand. It was a continuation of his dominance over his good friend Hurkacz in the pair's Lexus ATP head-to-head series. He has now won all the 6 tour-level matches as he has played against the Pole. Novak Djokovic will take on F. Cerundolo in the 4th round in his bid for a 25th Grand Slam. On Saturday, Serbian battled back for a 7-6, 6-7, 2-6, 6-3, 6-0 win over Lorenzo Mazzetti. The reigning champion showcased the iron will that has made him one of the game's greatest players to avoid defeat in a thrilling third-round contest. Tunisia's Ons Jabeur slid into the French Open quarterfinals for the second time when she earned a hard-fought 6-4, 6-4 victory over Denmark's Clara Tauson on Sunday. World number 9 Jabeur broke the 72nd ranked Tauson service in a third game, and that was a tight game in fact, and nearly dropped her own right afterwards in a marathon 26-point game, but held firm and went on to clinch the first set. Jabeur, targeting a first Grand Slam title after finishing runner-up twice at Wimbledon and at the US Open last year, will face world number 3 Coco Gauff in the quarterfinals. All right, so that was about cricket and tennis. You're watching DD India's Sports Bars. Up next, we're heading for a short break. But after the break, Fiorentina coach Vincenzo Italiano confirms exit after their season-ending win over Atalanta. Real Madrid players present Champions League trophy to an ecstatic crowd in the Spanish capital city centre.
Voice of a rising aspirational world. Stories of challenges, struggles and accomplishment. A world battling conflict, hunger and poverty. Embracing growth, development, science and technology. A voice of progress, a voice of unity. Watch Voice of the Global South with me, Akshay Dongre, only on DD India.
After a grueling campaign, after exhausting bowling spanning 7 phases, the stage is set for the counting day, the grand finale of the largest electoral exercise ever. DD India is all decked up and ready, counting of votes for India's general elections. Accurate and fast results, in-depth analysis with experts and reporters everywhere. Only on DD India, 4th June, 6 AM onwards.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked, we just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome to Rajasthan, the celebration of India. Rajasthan treats you with its many shades and values. That echoes the idea of India in its philosophy of Atithi Devo Bhava.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching DD India Sports Bars and I'm Preeti. India's Jasmine Lamboria secured her spot for Paris Olympics after defeating Mali's Marine Camara for 5-0 in the quarterfinals of 57 kg category at the World Olympic Boxing Qualifier in Bangkok. The Commonwealth Games bronze medalist reclaimed the 57 kg quota. India was forced to surrender following Praveen Huda's 22-month suspension for a whereabouts failure. Jasmine had competed in the 60 kg category in the initial world qualifiers and was allowed to participate in the 57 kg event as a reserve in Bangkok. India's Amit Panghal secured the ticket for Paris 2024 Olympics. He defeated Liu Shuang of China in a unanimous 5-0 decision in the men's 51 kg category at the second World Boxing Qualifiers in Bangkok on Sunday. The 28-year-old is the second Indian male boxer to qualify for the 2024 Olympics after Nishant Dev booked his spot after beating Moldova's Vasily Sebutari for 5-0 in the men's 71 kg event. Panghal had only one shot at making the Paris Olympics after he lost out to World Championship bronze medalist Deepak Bohria in the selection assessment for the earlier two qualifying events. Fiorentina coach Vincenzo Italiano confirmed that he was leaving the Series A club after their season-ending win over Atalanta on Sunday. Fiorentina beat Atalanta 3-2 in their last game of the campaign. Italiano arrived at Fiorentina in 2021, leading them to 2 Europa Conference League finals and the 2022-23 Coppa Italia final, which all ended in defeat. They finished 8th in Series A this season and will play in the Conference League playoffs in the upcoming campaign. Portuguese football manager Jose Mourinho was unveiled as the new manager of the Turkish Super League club Fenerbahce on Sunday. Thousands of supporters cheered Mourinho at Fenerbahce's Yulka Stadium as the Turkish club held a signing ceremony for him. The Portuguese manager will replace Turkish boss Ismail Kartal, who Fenerbahce parted ways with on Friday after only one loss in the league last season. Mourinho has won previously trophies with Porto, Chelsea, Inter Milan, Real Madrid and Manchester United. He will be tasked with helping Fenerbahce win their first league title since 2013-14 season.
It's a big responsibility that I feel, and I promise you that from this moment I belong to your family. This shirt is my skin. From the moment I signed my contract, your dreams are now my dreams.
Real Madrid claimed a record-extending 15th UEFA Champions League title with a 2-0 win over German heavyweights Borussia Dortmund at the Wembley Stadium in London. Dani Carvajal and Vinicius Jr. found the net for the champions in the summit clash of the UCL as Borussia's incredible work in the opening half of the game was undone by the Spanish side in the second.
Real Madrid were crowned Kings of Europe for a record-extending 15th time with a trademark 2-0 win over Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League final at a raucous Wembley Stadium. Los Blancos were outplayed for an hour but then showed their clinical edge during the last moments. Dortmund's Karim Adeyemi missed 2 first-half chances and striker Nicolas Füllkrug hit the post, with recalled Real keeper Thibaut Courtois also providing a formidable barrier. After the break, Real Madrid took control as Dani Carvajal headed in from a corner after 74 minutes and Vinicius Jr. fired home the second 9 minutes later. Real Madrid defender Dani Carvajal expressed his happiness post-match.
Increíble, la verdad que...
Incredible. I celebrated a lot. I knew it was an important goal, that it got us closer to the title. It's an indescribable feeling. Not much, a 7th, no. Very, very happy getting this record of playing 6 finals as champions to win 6 Champions League. It's something incredible that I'm going to enjoy to the maximum.
I feel so happy, very proud, and we are very confident in this moment because for me it's very special because I'm Real Madrid fan from years ago, and today is very emotional day because I be a dream with my family, my mom, my wife, and my kids in the stadium, and win trophy with this club is amazing.
Tens of thousands of Real Madrid supporters celebrated their club's Champions League victory at the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. Victory secured the trophy for the 6th time in 11 seasons, matching the run of the team that started Real's love affair with the European Cup, having won the first 5 editions of the continent's elite competition from 1956 and another in 1966. Amazingly, it was Real's 10th straight triumph in a European final, their last defeat coming against Argentine in the Winners' Cup showpiece 41 years ago. And they now have won the biggest one more than twice as often as the next best team. It was also a record-extending 5th success as a coach for Carlo Ancelotti, who also won the trophy twice as a player with AC Milan. Sports Desk, DD India.
After their historic triumph, Real Madrid players presented the Champions League trophy to an ecstatic crowd in the Spanish League's city centre on Sunday. Thousands of fans flocked to Cibeles Square to cheer the captain as he hung a club scarf on the statue of goddess Cibele.
Seeing all the happy faces of the people here is the best that can happen to a football player. This Madrid is incredible because it can achieve incredible things. We are not tired of winning. We are going to enjoy this day a lot because this is something spectacular. Hala Madrid.
Hala Madrid! Real Madrid also dazzled crowd in central Madrid when they presented the Champions League trophy on the balcony of the regional government's headquarters at the Royal House of the Post Office in Puerto del Sol. On the balcony, Vinicius Jr. paid tribute to the older players and promised the younger generation would win more titles. Toni Kroos, meanwhile, was given an ovation both by fans and his teammates as the German midfielder prepares to retire from the game after the Euros.
Thank you for the support all season, which has been incredible. We really enjoyed it. We only lost 2 matches and last night we kept off a fantastic season with another Champions League title. All that's left to say is, we are the kings of Europe.
Thank you so much for 10 unforgettable years. I truly don't have any other words. We have learned so much from Toni. It was his last time playing for Real Madrid. We have learned from Nacho, Luka, from Dani, who have won the Champions League so many times, and the young players here today want to win many more.
Real Madrid are preparing to announce the signing of Kylian Mbappe as a free agent, according to media reports on Sunday. The France captain is believed to be joining the Spanish Giants when his contract at Paris Saint-Germain expires on June 30th. Los Blancos, who lifted a record-extending 15 Champions League trophy on Saturday, are reportedly set to confirm Mbappe's arrival next week before he carries on with Euro 2024 preparations. Mbappe has long been linked with Real Madrid, reportedly rejecting a huge offer in 2021 and was again set for a move to the La Liga side in 2022 before announcing a contract extension with PSG ahead of the transfer window opening. The 25-year-old forward, who won the World Cup in 2018, joined PSG from Monaco in August 2017 and has helped them win 5 League One titles while becoming the club's all-time top goal scorer with 256 goals in 308 appearances. All right, that's it in this edition of DD India Sports Buzz. But do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those of you on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. This is available on both Android and iOS platforms. You can scan the QR codes on the screens to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Preeti Kaur signing off, and from all of us here in Delhi, thanks for watching Sports Buzz.